30 days ago, I decided to speak a little bit of Spanish every single day to try to progress my Spanish learning journey. And it's time to review how it has gone. The reason I decided to start this series is because in my daily life, I don't really get to practice my Spanish. In an effort to progress my speaking skills, I decided I would make a short video every day just for 30 seconds to a minute and upload it on YouTube. So at the very beginning, the first couple of videos were quite a challenge. I realized really quickly that even to speak just for a short period of time in Spanish was going to be pretty challenging. My first few attempts, I just started a video and started trying to speak. And then I found out that actually that doesn't necessarily work all that well because I still think in English and then I need to translate in Spanish. And then doing that while the video is rolling with no plan of what to say is really hard. Because not only did I not really know what I wanted to say, I also found that I don't know how to say it in Spanish. I don't know all of the words that I need to complete this sentence, which made for a very miserable couple of attempts.
¿Y es difícil?
I think after the third day, I decided I would instead prepare a note ahead of time of what I want to talk about and also write it out in Spanish. That, of course, was very helpful. However, it's still quite hard to remember what I want to say in Spanish because it just doesn't come naturally to me. It's hard for me to recall all the words in Spanish. Although, to be fair, if I have something written out in English, it's still not the easiest. Speaking in an unbroken manner without making any mistakes and recalling exactly what you want to say and how you want to say it is challenging even in your native language. That's why making a lot of cuts in the videos is common and very helpful. So anyway, with that new strategy, I found it much easier to get through the videos, and I found that my thoughts were more coherent and more presentable because there was a little bit of thought and planning. And largely since those first few days, that's been the process I've used to make my daily speaking videos. The next thing I want to talk about is what I think I have actually gained after doing this for 30 days. Without a doubt, it has forced me to learn a lot of new words that I didn't know before. If I were to comb through each of those videos, I know that I could find at least one word that I had never used before or didn't know ahead of doing this series. Some of the words actually end up coming up in a lot of my videos because what I found at the beginning was I might know a lot of vocabulary in Spanish, but I don't necessarily know a lot of useful words that are used in many sentences when you were talking. Especially I found that the transition words were what I was struggling with at the beginning. Words like although, then, so, and then now after doing this for 30 days, I'm finding I'm using those words more naturally without even having to look it up. I just know, in this sentence, I'm going to use this word just here and I'm going to use this word here. Turns out there's quite a bit of words in a language that you need to know to speak it in any kind of capacity. You can't actually get very far with only a limited vocabulary. The next thing that the speaking videos have helped me with is my pronunciation. Because I don't normally have much chance to practice my speaking, I also don't have a chance to practice my pronunciation. So even though I have an idea how a word is pronounced, little details, little sounds that are different in Spanish from English are ones that I naturally mess up. And particularly words with accents, I've really tried to start practicing using the accents properly and emphasizing the right parts of the words, but that's also something that doesn't really happen so much in English. So it's definitely a challenge and something that I'm working on. I'm really grateful to everyone in the comments who has left feedback, either correcting a word choice, telling me that the word I used is not the most commonly used word in that situation, or the people have corrected me on my pronunciation. I take all of that in stride, and that's really greatly appreciated. It means a lot because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to learn, and I certainly don't know everything or much at all. So anything that is given to me to improve upon, I do appreciate. And it turns out that a lot of the people watching my videos are native Spanish speakers. So because of that, most of the comments that I'm receiving are in Spanish by Spanish speakers giving me advice based on their own experience speaking their native language. And because of that, I've actually gotten to practice my Spanish reading. And as I read the comments, I've learned quite a bit new words. So that's another huge bonus. So I have to say thank you to all those people. So to recap, I think that I have improved my Spanish speaking a little bit. I think my pronunciation is improving. I think that my vocabulary is improving. My ability to form sentences in Spanish has definitely improved. And as I mentioned, I think that I'm even getting to practice reading a little bit and interacting with people. Though it's through the comments, it's still interactions with other Spanish speakers. Does any of this mean that I have suddenly learned Spanish after speaking it a little bit for 30 days in these short videos? Absolutely not. But I do think it has been quite a valuable experiment. It's been a way that I've forced myself to do a little bit every day and push myself out of my comfort zone, doing my best, putting it out there on YouTube as not only a way to share it with other people, but also a way to hold myself accountable because so many days I might not have done it because I wanted to get a video out. I did it anyway. When I started this YouTube channel, I wanted to use it as a way to hold me accountable, and I think this series has done a perfect job satisfying that goal. So 1 month down, I think the progress has been really good. I've enjoyed making the videos. I've really enjoyed the interaction with the people in the comments. I really appreciate everybody's kind words and support. So I'll definitely keep doing it for now. I don't know if I'll be able to maintain a video every single day. That's proving to be pretty challenging, but as long as I'm able to, I will try. 30 days in a row, I think, is really good. I'm really proud of that. I'm excited to continue this, and we'll see where it ends up. Thank you for watching.